It's hot. It's so hot. It is. I don't even know what the temperature is right now. In fact, I guess I could ask some various electronic devices. But just imagine the hottest temperature that you have ever felt, and then multiply that by 6. The neighbor is apparently hammering. Hi! Hello! I know, it's been a hot minute. I just got back. I literally just got back yesterday from another camping trip. It's like the only experience that we can do while being socially distanced. But holy cow, Chris. You have no AC. It is 98 in your room. And that is with humidity. Okay, granted, you have it worse than I do. I do technically have an AC. Not even technically. I have an AC unit in my room. I just turned it off because the noise. So it is going to progressively get hotter and hotter in here, and I might have to eventually give in and run that unit. But I'm trying not to save a little bit of money. Hi, hello. It's been quite a while. You'll notice that I don't have any tea with me right now, and that's mostly because tea is hot. And I don't want to be hot. I am quite done with the heat, thank you very much. In fact, I have been chugging ice water all day. So apologies if I do have to take a break and use the restroom, even just in an attempt to what's the word? Placebo? Convince my mind that a thing is a certain way even when it's definitely not. That's not placebo. To falsely influence my own brain, I am currently wearing pajama pants with polar bears and ice caps and snowflakes on them. I don't know if you can see, but just to convince myself that it is colder than it is. Is it working? Absolutely not. Oh my gosh. Chris got a second shot. Nice. Yes! Oh, thank you for doing that. Isn't it nice just to have a sense of relief too? That if you obviously yes, you still can, as far as I'm aware, you still technically could get COVID even with the vaccine, but you're unlikely to, and if you do, it will not affect you very much at all. You still could transfer it, I believe, so please still be careful. But just purely on a selfish basis, it's nice to be okay, well, at least I don't have to. It won't hurt me. Obviously, still be careful because you don't want to pass it on to other people. But I don't know. I feel a little bit of relief that I'm not fearing for my life. Does that make me very selfish? Probably. Anyway. So, I need to give 3 cast facts tonight. So, about one at the beginning, one in the middle, and one at the end. That would be amazing. Thank you, Cass. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are triple dipping on the old cast fact tonight. Oh, and by the way, just to get back to what I'm saying. So please do get vaccinated. Please. Begging. It's been a long 3 weeks. How long has it been? It's been a while. I'm sorry. Holy moly, it's been a lot. Update us on the past 3 weeks. Yes, so essentially, my younger brother graduated high school. Excuse me. And so as a complete surprise to him, my family arranged for me to sneakily fly out to North Carolina and surprise him. Literally surprise him at dinner. And I didn't really vlog this trip because it was such a personal thing, but I did take a few pictures, but mostly I just have stories to tell. So the night of the surprise, we actually had my other grandmother, not the grandmother I live with, the grandmother on my father's side. She was there at dinner as well, and the family acted like that was the big surprise, that she was there. And it was sweet. So he came to dinner and saw her and was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in so long," because everybody's vaxxed. So they hugged, and it was really special because, it's been a year. It's been quite a year. Now, at the time, while that was going on, I snuck around his back. He didn't see me, and Chloe and I made eye contact at first, and she opened her mouth to gasp, and that's when I knew, like, I had to go now. So I was planning on waiting a little bit longer till there was a lull in his and Grandma's conversation, but I was like, nope, I'm sorry, Chloe's about to give it away, I have to just surprise him. So I tapped Noah on the shoulder, and he turned around confused and saw me and just took a second to process. And it was so nice, and it was really special, and I'm so proud of him. And I had the honor of attending his graduation ceremony, which was not a typical one because of COVID. Like, for example, you couldn't cheer and, like, clap, which was weird. It was dead silent when they called his name to go up onto the podium, take his diploma, and walk back. We were not allowed to, like, yeah, which I understand, but it was still just weird that it was, you know, Noah Howard. Anne Lynn. Jennifer Aniston. My mind was like random names. But it was really special. So I spent some time in North Carolina with my family, just being with them, and it was so good. We went for hikes out in nature. We went ice skating. We did as much as we could, just being together. So, yeah, why couldn't you cheer? I don't know. I'm assuming just to prevent, like, particles from flying out of mouths. I'm not really sure why. Hi, Audrey. Yes, sorry. I'm explaining why I've been gone for 3 weeks, and 2 of those 3 weeks were that I was in North Carolina. But it was a surprise trip, which kind of sucked because I couldn't, like, tell you why I was leaving. I had to be very vague and be like, I'm gonna be gone for a little while. And I also miscalculated how long I'd be gone, but I'll get to that part in the story. But it was so special. I did scrape... apologies, slight content warning. There's gonna be some dried blood here and an injury, and I'm also gonna show my feet on the internet. So we went ice skating, and I have not been ice skating since I was a wee lad. And apparently, you should wear long socks. Preferably 2 pairs of long socks, because the skates that are rentals, other people's feet have been in these all day, every day, will scrape up against your ankles. So it's actually healed now because it's been like 3 weeks since it happened. But I really scraped up the inside of both of my ankles real bad, and one of them looks like it's forming a scar, which I'm not necessarily opposed to. It's almost like a natural tattoo of those moments. Just that wonderful time with my family that I regret absolutely nothing of. In fact, I do want to show you a few photos, and I do have to be a little bit careful with them because I didn't get, like, permission from my family to show this. So I'll try and show just the ones that either involve me or that I'd assume that they'd be cool with. But part of our celebration, because we were trying to think, like, how can we celebrate while being socially distanced? So my father rented a boat, and on a nearby lake and an inner tube, and we went. What is it called? Tubing? Is that what it's called? Where you go. Essentially, we were on this inner tube that was being pulled by the boat. And allow me, if you will, for a second, to show you. Hello! This is you. Allow me for a second to show you. That's what we were doing. And it was so much fun. And I still got to figure out a good way to do this. Oh, wait, I could show that. Hold on. So, yeah, Noah and I were on this. We were being pulled by my dad, who was trying to safely fling us off, essentially. And it was so much fun. This is after I was flung off. This was the most perfect day. Like, this day, everything was perfect. The weather was beautiful. The time with my family was beautiful. Okay. I can show you a couple pictures here. How far can I go until then? Look at, so brought my GoPro. You weren't wearing life jackets. We were. Okay, I'm sorry. We didn't realize that there were life jackets on the boat for like the first 5-10 minutes. But then we noticed them and then put them on. I say as I swipe to a picture before we realized that there were lifeboats, but they were underneath the seats, and we weren't warned of that. So we were looking for, like, do we have a dry place to put our stuff? Opened up one of the seats, and there was like a whole bunch of life jackets, and we were like, oh, we should probably put those on. They're okay, which we did. We did put life jackets on. We just didn't realize at first, but thankfully nothing happened. Okay, so it was just nice to, be in the water. Granted, it's North Carolina lake water, so it's not the cleanest. It's pretty friggin' green. Don't think about that. But, yeah, Noah went alone. He was holding on for dear life, looking like he's friggin' riding into war, like on a war horse. And it was just, we had such a blast. I didn't exactly get Noah's permission to show these. I hope he's okay with it. But it was just such a beautiful day. The water was perfect. The temperature was gorgeous. The weather was so good because, as you can see, it's sunny, but it's still like enough clouds to kind of diffuse the sunlight a little bit, and it was just perfect. Oh my gosh, how's your honey bunny? She's doing good. In fact, she mentioned that she might swing into this chat later. Might. So we will see. Do I have any other photos I could share? Okay, real quick, last one. So I went with Chloe. And as you can see, she's having a blast and loving it. And it was just, that was such a perfect day. So that was probably the highlight of that North Carolina trip. And it was just amazing. Truly, truly great. So, that was North Carolina. Then, I flew back, and I got back late at night. Oh, okay, you know what? I'm about to transition into the next part of these travelings, so I will wait to tell there until we spill this wonderful Cass fact. So, Cassidy here has gone and burrowed deep within the earth, searching for the ever elusive, sniffing around like a dog that's chasing a mole, looking for the ever elusive Cass fact that kept burrowing its way away from her, but she was faster, and she eventually managed to scoop enough dirt out of the way to grab it and clutch it and proudly and triumphantly hold it up in the air and be like, I have conquered this fact, this raw information ball. It's just this sphere of knowledge. Chris, I love your cat. Thank you. Part of it is just stalling for time while she types it in. But seriously, Cass, thank you for doing this every time. It's incredible. Okay, Cass fact number uno. The world's first skyscraper was built in Chicago in 1885. Really? That is a long time ago, and was originally 138 feet or 42 meters high. Really? I did not know that. These intros are gonna give me a swollen head. Then it has been a success. Wow, that really isn't that high. 138 feet. Is it survivable if you fall from that? I don't actually know, because like they must have had a limit with the supplies that they had before the bottom, like the weight on top would collapse the bottom and it would just implode on itself. So was like 138 feet that limit? I feel like I've seen a Tomska video. I'm not Tomska. Tom Scott. Very different YouTubers right there. Although they are friends. So there is that. I feel like I've seen something about that though. Oh, it's starting to get hot in this room. It's starting to get hot in this room. The first modern design skyscraper. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we're only 16 minutes in. And I'm really eyeballing that AC unit. You know what? Let's go a little bit longer. Let's see how much money I can save by not turning that on yet. Your boy's windows have been shut and the blinds have been drawn literally all day. It's been dark in here. You want to know what it's actually looked like all year? Or all day? I'm sorry, not all year. It's looked like... Let me mute myself here. Turn off my lights. This is what it... Oh, excuse me. This is what it has looked like all day. I feel like I've just been burrowing. Oh my gosh, I look friggin' tan. Oh, in this lighting, I'm sorry. Jeez Louise. I look... No, I take that back. I wish I looked tan. You know what I look? Sunburnt. Because you know what I am? Sunburnt. But yeah, it was wonderful just to be in... Oh, wait a second. I need to turn the lights back on. Turn on my lights. Oh, is this going to turn all of them on? It did. Turn off my closet light. Okay, we're back. And it was also really special just to see, because Noah has his car that he's really proud of and he's been working on it. I think he set up a whole Instagram for it. And just to see, like, right around with him, and we share our passions, because I was like taking photos and he was giving me something to shoot, to be honest. And it was just a wonderful moment of brotherly bonding as adults and as actual genuine friends. That is one thing I'm incredibly grateful for. Sorry to get real serious here, but genuinely, like, I'm very thankful that I have a friendship with my brother as an adult. Like, we are brothers, but also, like, even if we weren't, I'd want to be his friend. He's a really cool dude. And our passions vary enough where we're both interested in what the other says, but overlap enough where we can follow each other in what we talk about. So that has been really special, and he's a really great dude, and I'm really proud of him and the man that he is, and proud to be his brother. So sorry to get real sappy on Maine all of a sudden. Hi Susan, hello. You just missed all of the North Carolina stories, including the scraping up of ankles. Oh, hi, Hannah. Everyone's coming in right as I'm showing my feet on the internet. Okay, look, I meant, like, 'cause the heat. It's hot in this room, but everyone took it as roasting. So, okay, everybody gets a free roast of me. Feel free to roast me. The more harsh, the better. I am prepared, I am braced and ready to be just obliterated. Do your worst. I might regret saying that. This is gonna be like our roast me. Back in the day, like before it just became mean, when it was genuinely funny. Or maybe it never was and I was just a jerk years ago. Oh, Grace even is here. Everybody just saw me put my feet. I did that as a joke and everybody joined. Great. Okay, well. Oh my gosh, you sleep with your socks on. Look, okay, it feels good. I said what I said. I stand by that. It feels like, I don't even know. It just feels sometimes, right? Because like I don't always clean my floor all the time, keep it perfectly. Sometimes those little crumbs when I'm eating, and they just stay down, and that sticks to the bottom of your feet. But you know how you prevent that? You get out of the shower, and then while your feet are nice and clean and possibly still damp, so maybe it's not the most healthy option, but then you put on your socks for the rest of the day, and it feels great. I will stand by sleeping in socks. You're older than me, and yet you still don't know to not show your feet on the internet. Oh! Harsh, but very deserved. You wear jeans to bed. Everybody gets upset at me because I wear clothes to sleep. I don't actually generally wear pajamas. I'm wearing these, granted, yes. But you want to know a little insider bit of knowledge here, a little peek behind the curtain. It looks like I just showered, right? My hair is wet. Excuse me. My nose is very dry and kind of peeling because I got sunburnt. I didn't shower. I just quickly rinsed off because right after this stream, the sun will be going down and it should be gone. So it should start to cool down outside so I can actually mow the lawn. So these are just temporary clothes. After I mow the lawn, then I will go and have my shower for the day. So I plan on changing out of my pajamas to sleep. But you know what? It's really freaking convenient to just roll out of bed. Granted, this is also very much this is strong, straight man energy right here. To just put on like a t-shirt and jeans that I can roll out of bed and be ready to start the day with. I love the fact that I can do that with short hair. So, it's the farmer's tan for me. Yeah, compare this milk to this. It's pretty bad. I was like mowing the lawn at 10:22, then I remembered you were, yeah, thankfully, you sure couldn't tell because it's friggin' dark in here, but there is in fact the sun outside that we are trying desperately to prevent coming inside because it is just so hot. It's just so hot. Thank you, climate change. Video idea, social media followers roast you. I actually would love that, but I have to blind react to it, kind of like Jack's films. I don't want to like lose the sting. So maybe I should put out a thing on Instagram and Twitter. Oh, I want to do that. I really do want to do that. So maybe I will. Thank you. The setup do be looking spiffy. Well, thank you. It's actually missing a light because we needed a light in the garage, and I was like, here, use this. But I was trying to have like a kind of like a very, very rough Pride background because June. But now it's just blue and orange, which as far as I'm aware isn't any specific. It's now just cool colors. I guess I could kind of, if I pushed the colors in the camera, I could make it to the bi flag, but it's hard to make orange look pink without really messing up the colors of everything else. But thank you. Did you see Andrew in North Carolina? Yes! Thank you. Okay, that's actually a little story that I completely forgot about. So, because this was top secret, I couldn't tell anybody. It's not Pride, it's Portal. Oh my gosh. But I couldn't tell anybody about this. In fact, like, I could not tell Andrew or any of my friends in North Carolina, which was really sad. In fact, I still didn't tell Andrew and Sammy were the only actual friends, the only people besides my family that really knew I was there, except for now, I guess. I didn't even tell any of my other North Carolinian friends because I knew that I would not be able to see them. But I did. So I arranged with Andrew. I messaged him and said, hey, do you want to play a game sometime? Like play video games together. Because we sometimes do that. And he was like, sure. And I was like, oh, this day at this time works out great. And he was like, wow, that works great for me. So the day and time happens. Noah drops me off outside of the neighborhood. and I call Andrew on Discord, on my phone. And I'm like, okay, you ready to do this? And he was like, yeah, boy. Paraphrasing. And then I'm like, shoot, you know what? Hang on, I called from my phone. I should call from my computer. Hang on, let me hang up and call you right back. And he's like, okay, no worries. And I hung up the phone and then knocked on his door. Sammy answered, and according to her afterwards, she told me she just looked straight ahead and saw this very tall stranger. It didn't process in her mind that it was me. She just saw like tall man and yelped. Well, not yelped, but she was so scared for just a second. And then Andrew came running down because he knew what was going on. So, and then we hugged, and it was amazing because they're fully vaxxed too. Now, see, here's the thing. I was not as sneaky as I thought I was, apparently, because my dad. Yeah, Susan saw. I videoed it. I won't show it because I don't have their permission, but I'm trying to get better at that. I guess also because I live in California now, which is a two-party consent recording state, so you legally have to do that. But so my father had posted a photo when we were all together, and Andrew saw that photo and realized, he put together that I was in North Carolina for Noah's graduation, but I would not have been, but that I would not have had time to like see him, and so I didn't tell him to avoid like that kind of awkwardness, or that he would know that I was just like 5-10 minutes away but couldn't see him, because that's kind of heartbreaking. So he figured all of that out, and then was like 50-50 that I would actually, when we were going to game night, that I would knock on his door. And so he immediately was like, I knew it. And then we hugged and just, it was so special. And I saw it on Noah's Snapchat. Wait, really? I didn't even know that he had posted on Snapchat. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I was very busy, unfortunately, and didn't have time to see anybody else besides Andrew. And even then, we only got to see each other for, I think it was 2 hours. So I apologize. I do want to go back out there again this year, hopefully, assuming it's still safe to do so. So Chris, I do want to hang out with you, and if, like, I do plan on doing that again and seeing all of my friends. This was just a very top secret, like, special trip. But yeah, and then we played Smash together, and I learned how to play for the first time. So that was pretty neat. Katie, hi! Oh, Katie! See, one person, thankfully, missed my feet. Katie, that sounds weird. I assure you the actual context is weirder. So yeah, we played Mario Kart and Smash, and I learned how to play Smash with Pikachu. Thank you very much. And it was just a wonderful time. And I had an amazing time with my family. I had... There was one time, oh my gosh, you want a fun story? We were out walking and saw this coffee shop outside that we decided to like sit at one of the tables and just rest for a few minutes. But we didn't want to buy anything, or we didn't want to spend a lot of money. So I bought the cheapest thing they had, which I kid you not, was a French baguette. This huge baguette that I just sat at the table and ate like a cartoon character. And we also had Monster energy drinks, not a sponsor. So we got water cups and poured the Monster into the water cups and pretended to be all fancy schmancy as we were holding our urine-looking drinks and sipping from them. So that was a fun time. There was just like a bunch of small moments too, like driving with Noah where it was just the two bros. Susan, did I tell you that? Did I tell you about our baguette table experience? I think I sent you photos. And it was just... the entire trip was so wonderful. And nothing went wrong, which is so rare. I do want to show you... Oh my gosh, on the way there, oh wait, did I get a picture of the monster night? I think I did. Where are they? Yes. Check this out. That was our fancy schmancy enjoyment. That was for our refined taste buds. Oh, excuse me. I think there was a Red Bull in there. Pardon me. Please forgive me for lying to you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll read the chat. Two bros. Oh, Cats Fact time. Yes. Cats Fact. But you hate carbonated drinks. Don't tell my mother this. But I have been weaning myself onto them, which probably is not the most healthy thing, but I'm trying to learn to enjoy just more flavors in the world. Like, I've recently discovered that I do not hate mushrooms like I thought I did, which is great. That opens up a whole new world. I've always thought, like, okay, I just don't enjoy mushrooms. Not about the mushroom life. I think I do now. You know what I'm not about? I don't think I've really made such a proclamation about this the way that I have with tomatoes, but bell peppers. I just don't enjoy a bell pepper, man. It's just not for me. Crispy liquid, my beloved. What a sentence. Okay. New cast fact. Alice Stebbins Wells became the first policewoman on December 12th, 1910. Wow, that's actually surprisingly early. I'm surprised. Cause, well, when was the suffragette movement? I should know this off the top of my head, which I don't. Please. Oh my gosh. But like 1910 seems a little early. But good for her. Good for her. She must have had a rough back then. Honestly. Holy cow. I'm a tomato stan, but you're right. Bell peppers can choke. Thank you. Yes, some bell pepper. You know what? It's just more bell peppers for the people that like them. Before women could vote in 1919. Jeez. Wow. That really does put it in perspective. Especially if she tried to arrest... I can't imagine the interactions went particularly well when she had to, like... I'm assuming she was out arresting people, not like in the office. Like, arresting the average man at that time probably wouldn't have accepted it. I can't imagine how that would have gone down. So, wow. Well, Samantha the American Girl was... Excuse me, let me restart that sentence. Well, Samantha the American Girl was 1904, and her aunt fought for votes for women. That's about the extent of my knowledge on that topic at that point. Fair. I don't actually know too much about American Girl except for Kate. Was Kate the, like, Great Depression one? I remember watching that movie as a kid. So yes, good for her. There's probably some socio-political comment to be made about... You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. Not right now. Kit. Excuse me, not Kate. Kit. Thank you. You get it. My 1934 queen. Exactly. Sorry, I gotta go up a little bit. Chris said you should drink Cheerwine. I've heard so much about Cheerwine, and I remember not liking it the last time I tried it, but that was because it was exclusively carbonated. So if I'm starting to warm up to carbonation now. Shocker. Who am I? I can't tell if this is personal growth or like a slide down, a descent. Like, should I encourage this? I probably shouldn't. It's not healthy, but it's more socially accepted. So, her feed sack dress is my everything. That was pretty cool. That was a good movie. I should rewatch that movie sometime. I don't know how. I'm sure it holds up. Oh my gosh, it's just getting hotter and hotter in this little box. This little containment of heat. Oh! Continuing the story. So, I flew back. Oh, hang on. Hey Chris, if you could meet 2017 Chris, what's the most shocking thing you would tell him? Oh boy. Where do I even begin? You will cut your hair short. You are going to change so much personally, politically, just as a character-y. Hopefully for the better though. And I know that you're trying your best right now. You're trying to be cool. You're trying to fit in. You think you have this idea in your head of what is cool. It's really not. I had like that hideous blue camouflage shirt that I wore all the time with blue jeans and matching blue denim. I thought that was a cool look. It is not. But you're gonna have fun daily vlogging. I do not regret daily vlogging in the slightest. It taught me a lot. And I'm so glad that year of my life, the entire year is preserved forever. Because I don't think I'm that same person, but I don't cringe. I cringe, but it's like a wholesome cringe. Because it's like, I was trying my best then. And so, yeah. It's like the thing where it's like, cringing at your past self shows growth. Personal growth. And so because you're not that person, you have no attachment to that person. The only attachment that you have to your past, besides external, influences that it might have, is the attachment that you give it. I mean, I like, that's not to say like if you I can't think of a really good example right now, but if you like, I don't know. But yeah, so that's probably what I would say. Also, that Susan girl has a crush on you, and you should ask her out. I thought the most surprising out you were telling me is I mentioned it. I mentioned it before you commented it. Oh my gosh. Fun fact, I was going through, I was talking with Holton on Zoom, and we were looking through old photos from when I stayed at his house when I first moved to LA. Fun fact, I think I've told this, but the day that I flew in to LAX, my grandfather got a really bad infection that was apparently rather contagious. And so as I got off the plane, I got a text from my grandmother saying, hey, explaining the situation and saying, you need to find, or could you please find somewhere else to stay for 2 weeks? So thankfully, shout out to Holton. That guy and his whole family, they took me in after not seeing each other since 2010. In middle school, they took me in the same day for 2 weeks. I took a bus up to where they are, and stayed at his house for 2 weeks. And I say all that to say that Holton and I were looking recently through photos of that time and reminiscing until I stumbled across the creepy, I'm sorry, it was a week before I left I got the text. Excuse me, I was misremembering. Thank you, Chris. It did all work out, but I was looking at photos and then realized, I have screenshots of me and Susan when we would video call, and I had a crush on her. So that was embarrassing. I was gonna say king behavior, but his whole family helps, so royalty behavior. His whole family is awesome, and I'm so grateful for all of them. And I'm really, really blessed and really lucky to know so many awesome people. Like, I don't think that I, thankfully, have any friends that I would say have been toxic, which is incredible. I'm so lucky. I don't know how that happened. I can't take any credit for that. Holy cow, I'm a terrible judge of character. But I'm so thankful for just so much. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Holden is so cool. He is so cool, man. He's like, he's just one of those people that I am so proud of. And I'm glad that we were childhood friends, because he's also so the kind of cool person that I would be intimidated to talk to now if we didn't already have that in of being friends since literal kindergarten. Was it kindergarten or first grade? I cannot remember. But like, we met the first day at school and we've been close ever since. So shout out to Holton. You and him are brothers. Honestly, he's just so cool. I don't know, I'm lucky. Yeah, I'm so thankful for all my friendships and that so many of them have been ones that have been building up, not tearing down. Yes, that is also, holy cow, that is a lesson that I would tell 2017 Chris, because at the time I was still very much, if I'm your friend, I'll roast you. And that's how you know I love you, which is fair. Like, there's definitely a time and place for that. That's a very natural dynamic of friendships, but that's not sustainable. And also, I was like, oh, I want to, when I meet someone new, I want to act like I'm already your friend. Get very comfortable. Because, you know, the advice, like, if you want to be friends with somebody, act like you, or if you want to bond with somebody, act like you've already been friends for a while. Already act comfortably with each other. And so I unfortunately took that in the way. Susan, no. I took that in the way of just being a jerk to new people, because I would friendly roast them, but when you don't have the emotional connection that, you know, is behind that, then you're just bullying somebody. You're just being a jerk. And I think it just depends on the person. Yeah, that's true. But it's like, it's the difference between your best friend saying, like, you know, sup smelly, because you're like, sup ugly. Like, that's kind of how friends are. Susan and I, we reference the infamous Supernatural quote that I probably can't say on this stream because demonetization, but it's the one that goes, jerk. We say that to each other all the time. But yeah, so I did not realize that there were limits, and that is something that I would definitely go back and tell 2017 Chris. Thankfully, I think everybody that I interacted was very understanding. I just cringe at my own self. Dude, never thought you were a jerk when we first met. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I was worried I did. I don't know. And yeah, don't get me wrong, because I still really enjoy, like, roasting my friends and being roasted by my friends. So I'm fine with it, but it's because we're friends, you know? Anyway, all that to say, I've really, the past 2 years, I want to say, put much more of a focus on encouragement and hyping up and supporting my friends, as opposed to tearing them down jokingly. And like, that's not to say it's 100%, 0%. It's like probably 80-20%. But that, I think, has really strengthened my own, like, bonds with friends, and it's really special. That was a lot. I didn't even talk about getting back. So anyway, back to the story. There's a time and place for roasting, but there's also a time and place for affirmation. Exactly. So back to the story. I flew in here super late at night. You want to know a fun little story? I know that it's like, okay, so I do have a problem of telling stories that aren't necessarily mine to tell, and I feel like this might involve that because it involves mistakes made that were not made by me. But I'm gonna tell it anyway, I'll just withhold details. So at LAX, you have to take a shuttle down now to where the ride shares are. And because it's like, you know, there was too much Uber, Lyft, Waze, not Waze, what's the other one? Wings? There's some third one. And taxis. There was too many of those at the main drop-off pickup areas. So LAX was like, screw this, we'll make a separate area that you get picked up from, you just take a shuttle to it. So I did. I get there, and I order a Lyft. LAX is the first problem. Yeah, honestly, just LAX in general flying there. I should have just flown into Burbank, but it was cheaper. So, I get there, I order my Lyft, and this poor driver, I'm gonna keep it very neutral, like, God bless them. They tried multiple times to get into the area, the pickup area, and missed the entrance every single time, trying from multiple different entrances and just kept missing. And I was like, what is happening? It took like, they said like, your driver is 3 minutes away, and then it took them like 25 minutes being 3 minutes away. Kept circling around the entire airport, and I felt so bad, but I was like, well, I mean, I feel bad canceling because they've already committed. So it took me quite a long time to finally get in the Lyft, and I'm in the back seat driving to my house, and my mother calls just to be like, hi, how was your flight? Did you get there safe? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, where are you now? Are you home? And I was like, oh no, I just got in the Lyft. And she's like, you just got in the Lyft? You landed like an hour ago. And I was like, yeah, it's been an experience. And she was like, what happened? And I said, I'll tell you over text. Cause the the Lyft driver was right there. I didn't want to say my Lyft driver can't drive. Also, I can't say that because that's the pot calling the kettle undriving. No, but I couldn't say like, oh, my driver couldn't find the entrance. Oops. Hang on. Oops. Hang on. I'm sorry. Let's do this again. Let's keep going. Sorry. So I tell my mom like, I'll text you. I can't. I'm fine. And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yes, I'm okay. She was like, are you safe? I was like, uh-huh. She was like, well, why won't you tell me? Like, because I know that the driver is listening to my side of the conversation. What do you say that alleviates suspicion? And I was like, I'll just, I'm okay. She's like, if you need me to call the cops, say like, sure, your next word. And I was like, I'm good, everything's okay. I don't know how to communicate the sentence that everything's okay without it sounding like I'm being forced to say it. And then I did say, hold on once. Like I finally managed to kind of convince her that I was okay, and then hung up the phone, and then actually texted her the story, and she got a huge kick out of it. So it was all good, but moms really do be like that. Yeah, it was quite an experience. So anyway, I get home late, and essentially just keep everything packed, flop in bed, and then, what was it? I had to set my alarm for 5 in the morning because we were heading up to Central Cal to go camping. Because again, it's another. She was about to call Alice Stebbin Wells. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Best comment of the night right there. That was it. That was the best comment of the night. Camping was great. It was really fun. It was me, my grandmother, my aunt, and all 4 dogs. We were literally outnumbered by dogs. There was a time where we went to the beach and took the dogs in the water. In fact, can I show you a few photos from that? Central Coast. Yeah, that's the word. Thank you, Chris. You're right. Yes, I'll start from here. Oh, actually, if you'd be okay with seeing a super cringe photo I took, then I'll go back a little bit. So it was absolutely gorgeous. I took my camera out at sunset and just tried to capture some of the colors that obviously didn't capture the same as they do in real life. There was some storks or herons or some kind of bird, whatever they are. Also, wait a second. Can you see me when I'm like this? Oh, you can. Yes. Okay. Just making sure. Susan, that is a trap. But it was just so beautiful there. Oh, it's a cringe photo time. Nope. Okay, I tried to take those. Don't really love them, so I didn't post them anywhere. Anyway, the next day we went to the beach. And these little guys, look at how cute they are. They were so curious and thought that I had food to present them, which I didn't. There's a reaction image for you, by the way. That is like, I share that in a group chat, and I think actually it was Hannah that said it's like PogChamp. There's an old school YouTube or an old school internet reaction image for you. But they just had no fear. They come right up to you. This one's touching my leg. Baby. And they just come right up to you, and they were so cute. Gabe Miller was telling everyone he was from Central Coast, so that's how I know that. Oh, okay, got you. Feel free to go back and, in fact, here, if you want to screenshot this image, it is Creative Commons, baby. It is free to use. I love that photo. He just looks shocked and horrified. It looks like someone just took, like, their nut. I don't think they're actually squirrels. Didn't we look them up once and they were like prairie dogs or something? Beach prairie dogs? It is PogChamp. Yeah, you're right. Oh, it was so pretty. Hang on, let me just show you a few more photos. I know I'm basically that guy that's like showing the family photos on the projector that nobody really cares about. So pretty. There's the Morro Bay Rock. If you ever look up Morro Bay, highly recommend seeing the rock because it's gorgeous. It was so beautiful. There was a trail with a lovely little bench. And so this is the view. I sat on this bench and watched the sunset over here. And it was just gorgeous. Oh, and then we had a fire. But yeah, this is my favorite place right here. Maybe not in the world, but definitely in Morro Bay. Just this bench that overlooks the ocean. You can see the giant rock. And you just watch the sunset there. And it was really special. And I did get very sappy while there. Oh, I do want to show you a few more photos though, actually. Because I guess I'm just in a sharing photo kind of mood, if you'll excuse me. Post them on the Insta. Maybe I will, thank you. Oh, wait, Morro Bay, you've been there. Yes, hey! Yeah, it's super cool. And I brought my little tripod and my camera and got some pictures of the sunset. It was super pretty. Now, I played around with the color of these photos. Look, someone was stand-up paddleboarding. And I'm not sure. Can you help me decide which colors look the best? This is 1, which is kind of a mixture of warm and cool tones. 2, which is just warm tones. And I feel like it looks very soothing. And 3 is just cool tones, which looks ethereal. And I can't decide which of these 3 that I really like. I'm leaning towards this one, but also I feel like it's kind of a compromise that doesn't have the best qualities of the 2. So I did that for a few different photos. There's the rock, the sunset. I did the same thing where I couldn't decide which color looked better. I really like this photo, not gonna lie. I have no idea who that is. They just happened to glide past right as I was taking those photos. Holton! Hey! Hello! Holler! 3, pick number 3, my lord. Okay, so we're leaning more towards mix or cool tones. Okay. Oh, Susan likes the warm tones. Oh no! I don't know what to do. Holton, I was just telling the story of when your family graciously, very last minute, accepted me to spend like 2 weeks at your house. So thank you. And then we were looking at photos and reminiscing of that and stumbled upon my creep screenshots of Susan because I had a crush on her. Oh, and then we played cornhole. Can I show you a few more photos of cornhole? You want to see something cute? My grandmother and I played cornhole together, and she won. And this was her celebration. She did a little boogie dance and high-fived me with, look at that little crap-eating grin on her face. She was so proud. And then this is me playing cornhole. I think I tweeted out some of these photos. And it was so fun. Cornhole's a fun game. Oh, and then Grandma lost. Oh, what a drama queen. I love her with all my heart. I can't believe guys talk about girls when they're alone too. Yeah. Oh, it totally happens. Sorry, I know, I'm just like showing you these photos. I probably should have. Ooh, I can show you the photos of when we took the dogs onto the beach. You want to see some cute photos? I'll show you some cute photos. Emmy in the water. She's so small that the water was up to her, like her face and her chin. Sometimes they'd be little holes and she'd be walking and suddenly dip down and have to doggy paddle. She would have to swim. And she could just barely, it was so much fun. Yeah, I have a lot of pictures of the dogs. I take a lot of pictures. There's me and Em. Susan said I look like an influencer in this, and I've never been more offended. I love Emmy. She's so small, but she persevered. She pushed through it. And the poor thing was so cold afterwards, but so cute. Small baby. You and her have the same energy. Well, thank you. Ooh, cast fact time. Yes, it's the final cast fact. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. I can't go that high. Why am I even trying? Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, one more. Okay, a couple more quick dog photos too. Oh, no, I'll get to the cast fact first. Are you ready for the final cast fact? Cast fact time. What time is it? It's cast fact time. In 1778, fashionable women in Paris would wear lightning rods attached to their hats. That does seem incredibly unsafe. I can think of one minor problem with that plan. Benjamin Franklin approves. Holy cow, what the heck? Beauty is pain though, I guess. No! Why? I have so many questions. Oh my word. Can I show you a few more cute photos? She has some very important emails to attend to, don't you see? Businessy things. Oh, and there's Emmy, and there was another dog that was there who was just so freaking cute. Look at that. That is a face of curiosity, an inquisitive face. Emmy, of course, was having none of it, but oh, so cute. So yeah, I'm showing you all my photos. I'm sorry, but it was such a fun time. Oh, okay. Last couple photos. Okay, I promise. My grandmother won again at cornhole, and I just gotta show you a few more cute photos of her celebrating winning. So this was her celebration, and then her little boogie woogie dance. That was the moment that she realized she won. I'm sorry, these are slightly out of order. And then she was like, yes, and did a little boogie dance. So that is my grandmother, ladies and gentlemen. Remember when women wore makeup that contained lead back in the day? Honestly. Yeah. It's wild that we didn't know how bad lead was. Like, isn't that nuts? But yes, if you ever do get the chance to visit Morro Bay, I highly recommend checking out this walking path. It's by the Morro Bay State Park, or state campsite area, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's this path through these little wetlands. I took Emmy. It's by the ocean, and they have a bunch of benches there, and you can watch the sunset again. That was a photo that I did not get permission from everybody to share. That must have led to some issues. Wait, Katie, did you comment something? I don't see it. What did Katie comment? The beauty is pain, I guess? That was so funny that YouTube was like, no, we can't have this. Oh, also, I got bit by a bug called geocaching. Got bit very hard by it. And that was also kind of what I did the entire time. This is me as I was going off a path to find a hiking path to find a geocache into the friggin' bushes. Like, quite literally into the thick of it. We eventually did find it. I did not find it in this photo. And I think the next ones are of people that did not get it. Oh, no, it weren't. But it was so pretty. This right here is peak central. This is strong Central California vibes. I was up on the side of a hill by the road. You can see the mountains in the distance. Everything's very beige and dead. There's the trail. The weather was perfect. I just wish I could be transported to this day. I'm pretty sure that might be Poison Oak, actually, because it's turning red. Just such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. So that's kind of where I've been for the last few weeks. I have been in Morro Bay in North Carolina. And I kind of want to end on this final photo I took on the drive home. Because I feel like it really does sum up just my feelings. Like, that was not really a posed smile. I was just so happy. And everything worked out perfectly, and I had a wonderful time, and I'm so glad, but also so glad to be home, so glad to be here, and so glad to be with you. So thank you. Sorry, I need to read the comments now. Egyptians used red color on their lips before from a crushed specific type of beetle. Yeah! Oh my gosh, that was a whole thing too. Is like the reason that a lot of foods aren't kosher is because of the red dye that is from the beetles. I just can't believe how brown California is. It really is. Most of northern, well, I guess I can't really speak too much to north. Well, yeah, a fair amount of northern, like Sacramento, Roseville, Placer County, is very much dead weeds for most of the year. And Central California is very much. You know what? And SoCal. California is very just like beige and dead. Because it's hot here. And very dry. And very lumpy. Exactly. Glad you had an awesome 3 weeks. Thank you. Thank you for essentially letting me take off with no real prior warning. I did miscalculate. I thought that I would be home last week and was not, so I apologize about that last minute. Like, sorry, I can't stream. But that's because I was in Morro Bay. But, love the Go Break the Ice podcast. Thank you. In fact, yes, so I did a quick little podcast interview with some personal friends of mine, Abby Goulet and Victoria Ice. And it was called Go Break the Ice. And it was a lot of fun. So I do, recommend listening to that. It's all the podcasty places. You've heard this pitch 1,000 times. And actually, I filmed a video while we were camping. Of course, because it's Chris camping, it's got to be a one-take story time. And a story that I mentioned on the podcast, Chris McGowan actually reached out to me and said, hey, you should tell this story because I don't think you told this story before on YouTube. And I was like, you know what? Oh my gosh, I think you're right. So I did. And also it was nice to celebrate coming up on the 7th year of the Chris Howard Pundiddly channel. 7 years old. Bruh. The trees are green at least. Yeah, that's true. And especially more NorCal, it gets to like redwoods. So very fair. California said, Katie, why does it keep hiding your comment? I don't know. YouTube is intimidated by Katie's emoji game. Honestly, what the heck is happening? I'm sorry, Katie. Susan has the raw power. She has like the Infinity Gauntlet on. But yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for just everything's wonderful. Things have been really, really good this past 3 weeks. So now if you'll excuse me, I am going to go watch Loki, the 3rd episode, and then get back to Susan, because I need to do that. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I look forward to the video. Thank you. It's uploading. It's been uploading all day. And I actually had to pause it for this because, I need the bandwidth, the upload stream to go exclusively to this. But that hopefully it's coming out tomorrow, I guess. Sorry, a Tuesday upload. Sorry. And I still have to caption it. I got a lot of work to do. But yeah, it's a one take. Very easy editing. It was literally just slap an outro on. Writing my notes app apology for Twitter as we speak. Oh my gosh. Anyway, thank you, Chris. Love you too. And I'm so thankful. Y'all are awesome. And I'm so thankful that, especially because of the pandemic, like having groups that I can talk to, knowing every week is so special. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. Love you too. Have a great week, and I will see you this upcoming Monday, I believe. And in the meantime, please remember to stay positive. And also, do not forget to stay wiped. Bye! Oh, I'm not muting myself. It just sounds like I'm going long. Bye! Stay wiped! Or use a bidet so you don't have to stay wiped.